Bill before us, House Bill 1611, relating to the Virginia College Savings Plan, prepaid tuition contracts, pricing reserves.
Delegate from Alexandria, Delegate Levine.
Mr. Speaker, speaking to the bill.
Delegate has the floor.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. In the course of looking at hundreds of bills that we have fly before us, particularly the ones that don't go to our own committee, sometimes it takes me some time to look at some of these bills, particularly the complex ones. So I apologize for not getting to 1611 until yesterday when I called the Virginia College Savings Plan and asked them what they thought of this bill, which changes what they do dramatically. And they told me why they strongly oppose this bill. Basically, they have to put a certain amount aside to pay for college. Currently, they have 138% aside. Actually, they had 138. Now it's gone down to 129. Maryland has 149. The average among the states is 120. This bill brings them down to 105. What do all these numbers mean? They mean the program is only 105% funded. Now, there are lots of these programs across the country. Every single one that has dropped below 100% has closed. And of course, if they drop below 100%, they would need emergency funding from us, the Commonwealth. Can the stock market drop 5%? I submit it can. I submit it can even drop 10%. In order to be fiscally prudent, I think this is a bad bill. It doesn't allow the Virginia College Savings Program to keep the money that they say they need to keep it fiscally prudent. I urge everyone to vote against this bill. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Delegate from Augusta, Delegate Landis.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, speaking to the bill.
Delegate has the floor.
Mr. Speaker and ladies and gentlemen of the House, what the gentleman neglected to tell you, even though he's supporting the Virginia College Savings Plan's position, is he's not looking at what the cost is to the contract payer. That would be the people that we represent. The parents and grandparents are paying into these contracts. The fact is, this bill, on average, potentially can save those contract owners for these plans $2,000 or $3,000 a year. That would be the money going to pay for tuition and books and the like. So that's the first point I would like to make. Second point, Mr. Speaker, is this bill just wasn't an idea that Steve Landis came up with or Senator Norman. It was a recommendation of something we needed to look at from the Joint Legislative Audit and Review Commission that found a Virginia College Savings Plan was funding their reserve at 138%. JLARC found that they needed no more than 105 or 107% to address the issues that the gentleman said that the market may or may not encounter. This legislation allows them to go up to 110% if they have to and the board determines they need to. And then they report to the General Assembly, both the Money Committee Chairman and the Joint Legislative Audit and Review Commission. So, Mr. Speaker, I hope you would support this bill to help the parents and grandparents who own these contracts. And more importantly, just because the College Savings Plan board doesn't like it, doesn't mean we shouldn't put this into place and put in a prudent policy that can address the issue and gives them flexibility to deal with the issues from the standpoint of how they funded these programs in the past and the reserve that they need in a prudent and fiscally responsible way.
Delegate from Alexandria, Delegate Levine.
Very briefly, Mr. Speaker, speaking to the bill.
Delegate has the floor.
The JLARC study did not talk about $2,000 or $3,000 a year. It talked about $77 per semester. That's from the JLARC study. And secondly, this would put us the lowest in the country, and I don't want to see this plan end. So I submit that we should vote against the bill. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Shall the bill pass? Clerk will close the roll.
Ayes 94, noes 5.
Ayes 94, noes 5. The bill passes.